Can you really have a $300 cinema rig and make real movies? Let's find out.
Yeah, boy.
I shot the Rescue Plastic Girl with a ZR60 and this, a ZR500. This is a camcorder. And I made it vintage looking, silent film look to mask, as you will, this.
Go, mate. Round. Round for the boys. Go, mate.
Canon T3i. You can pick them up used for like 150 bucks. I've seen him. 50mm 1.8. 50, 60 bucks. You can buy them new for like 100 and change. Used, you can get them, I've seen them for $48. This setup right here is the what I use for sustainable life with unlimited transformations. 90% of that web series is done with this combination. Oh, this is your stabilizer. People don't realize how useful these straps are. You have your strap, have it tight, arms tight, push it out. Stabilizer. Oh, and if you're really lucky, you can find a late 60s. This is a 69 Minolta. Rocore, 50mm, 58mm, 1.4 I think this is. Rocore, MC, Rocore, PF. Those are the goodies. This is a 69 I believe. Came with the Photo C adapter with a corrective glass, so your infinity focus isn't screwed up, or you don't lose a stop of light or anything like that. You can, unbelievable. I'll show you what one of these looks like. The spookiness, the vintage, especially the black and white. I mean, if you're taking color photos, you look like you're looking at a color slide from the 60s. But for black and white, it's ghostly, and I'll show you some shots of that. This is the 58 Minolta. See the blown out background, the shimmer of the hair. Now this is the 18 to 35 on the Canon, but the close-up here. The close-ups are the T3i with the Minolta. Look at that. Handheld, a shaky car. Very frosty looking. Also, that car is green, so it shows you what the filters do. Make that car black. You need lighting. You can pick up one of these Home Depot construction lights. They're like nothing. 5, 6, 7, 8 bucks. Awesome. And that's just a one light coned on top of my head to get that look. Everything else around it is blacked out. The background you want to disappear. Now that is not on the television. I am projecting that image from a projector onto the television with the green phosphorus of the old TVs really shine the best. And I turn the TV on so it messes with your mind. You don't know how it was done. Clay makeup. Great contrast. This is T3i straight out of the camera. If you have to have battery powered, you get the old, you can find one of these for under 20 bucks. And, oh, your audio, your external audio, of course, which we talked about. Used handy H2 zoom, 50 bucks. The new ones, the H1s, are like 100, but I mean, I'm talking budget. So what is that? You figured at 250. Your light is 8 bucks. Oh, you need something to put your camera on. This is a Slick U8000. Oh, got to be 8 years old at least. Used, you can get these for under $20. 14 bucks, 19 bucks. Don't just spend cheap stuff, meaning like new. Like, don't go out and say, oh, I'll get a $20 tripod. It's complete garbage. It falls apart in a week. This is a decent tripod at the time. It's not a fluid head, but they call it a fluid head effect. So it's kind of, you can get nice pans with it. It's a really, I mean, believe it or not, it's for no money, you won't get anything better. And you can do your pans with it. It adjusts. I mean, the one little arm broke off, but I mean, after 8 years of use, it's solid. Everything still feels very solid, and I've thrown this, I just throw it everywhere. But this is what you need, something, because if you're just filming by yourself like I did, how do you do it? You can't worry about pulling focus and everything else with this setup without going further down the line. So you have a setup for under $300. You have a light. You have a decent, and the reason I say Canon is because the black and white in camera is absolutely beautiful. And people will say, well, it's so easy just to do it in post. And it's just, I've seen videos of people, oh, how to get that vintage look, and they spend time and they adjust the contrast, and they adjust, they spend time. And my question is why? I know I'm going to be black and white. I don't want it in color. I don't need to worry about, oh, well, what if you wanted to decide you wanted it in color? I don't want it in color. It's never going to be in color. I am shooting for that late 50s, 60s, low budget creature feature look. The Ed Wood of cinema. That is in camera, black and white, Canon, 50 millimeter, or the a Minolta or some other vintage lens. Contrast all the way up, monochrome profile, sharpness down. Go get it. That's what I love. That's what I see. That's what I want. And if you get what you want, you don't need to check the boxes of editing, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't matter. It's about content, not the camera. Too many people lose sight of that. Without the content, it doesn't matter what you're shooting on. I've seen things that are unbelievably beautifully shot. Cinematic. The top of Reds, the Aries, with the Fujinon lens. $150,000 setups. No story. No content. Unwatchable. How do you take no money, limited equipment, no actors, one location, lockdown, and create something? It's a challenge. Maybe you have a closet to work with, a basement to work with, an attic, one room. We're forced in this lockdown. What do you do? Well, write for it. Write for it. Take the challenge and say, well, when we get out of this, I can go back to filmmaking. No. The challenge is, take what you have, Make it work. Don't wait to make the movie you want to make. Make the movie you can make right now.